Esperia is Thriller Bark, and I'm going to prove it. During the Thriller Bark arc, we found out that the original island it was before being turned into a ship was from the West Blue. This so happens to be the same sea as Esperia. Later on in the arc, Brook even tells Zoro that Thriller Bark was originally the homeland of him and his crewmates. Also, this statement by Brook was reported by Sandman as an accurate translation by Viz, which if you take at face value confirms this theory outright, but there are a few other things that line up. Thriller Bark is surrounded by a seemingly perpetual fog. This was assumed to be a sub-factor of its location in the Florian Triangle. However, it looks remarkably similar to the fog that was used on Esperia by the world government. This fog could have remained on Esperia after it was turned into a ship, as all of Esperia's inhabitants had rather fled or been killed by the fog. It would also give Moria huge access to corpses to turn into zombies. Thriller Bark and Esperia also share some similar architecture, but also explain how Brook knew so much about the island of Thriller Bark. Also, when Brook is telling the Straw Hats about his past, he says that Esperia is a country that no longer exists. Now, of course, he could just be referring to the institution of Esperia, but I think he could be saying that the island itself has moved and isn't the same place anymore. I also think there is a very good chance that Esperia is actually where Gecko Moria himself was born, as it will explain why he knew about the island, why it was empty, and how he could obtain it. We also know that he was originally from the West Blue, which really does make me a bit more interested in Gecko Moria, because how has he gone from potentially a dead, decrepit island on Esperia to Wano, to then maybe going back to Esperia to turn it into a ship? I don't know, he just seems to have a bit more of an interesting story. I'm a lot more interested in Gecko Moria now than I was at Thriller Bark. Also, maybe him being born around that all that fog explains why he looks so weird. But also, this is One Piece, and everyone looks a bit weird. Also, something that may be a little bit unrelated to the theory itself, but if the Rumbar pirates were originally from Esperia, is it not a bit strange that Brook wasn't the captain originally, and it was and that it was Yorkie? I mean, maybe Yorkie is also from Esperia, but Brook was sort of the head fighter of that country. You think it would be him? But anyway, tell me what you think about this in the comments, and if you like this video, follow for more.